Hello again, and welcome to Lawyer Mom Diaries. This is Michelle.
And this is Lalaine. We're your lawyer, mom, besties, here to bring you another heartfelt episode that speaks through law, life, and love.
Today's episode is a little different. It's close to the heart, especially for many young professionals we know. We are diving into the struggles of finding and keeping a serious relationship in today's world.
Yes, it's like an issue wherein we have career, survival, faith, family, self growth, swiping left or right. It's tough to balance it all. And to add, if you're a single Filipino lawyer, you have a challenging dating era at the time. So let's dwell with a certain issue.
And yes, thankfully, Attorney Lalaine and I didn't go through the full swipe-a-thon era. We met our partners earlier on, right?
Yeah, we had our partners before we became lawyers, so it wasn't really an issue to us. I met mine when things were like simpler, no such situationships back then. But we know it's a different dating world now, and the real struggle for many.
Right. So today, Attorney Lalaine, we invited someone special, someone who did go through the roller coaster of modern dating and came out with a beautiful story. Please welcome our dear friend, Attorney Gian.
Hi, Gian, or we call her Isa at times. We're so happy that you're here. But can you briefly, you are the first guest of this podcast. So can you briefly introduce yourself to our listeners?
Okay. Hi. So I'm Attorney Isa Palma. Sometimes I go by my second name, Gian. And I am 30 something years old. I've been a lawyer for around 8, 9 years. And I was primarily practicing corporate law in Manila before I moved back here to Cebu to practice. Yes, I'm in a long distance relationship now, but by way of background, I was single for over 5 years since graduating law school.
Well, so you were single for 5 years after becoming a lawyer. So let's go back to the beginning. How was your dating life back then, being a young professional?
So it was very hard to date. No, to be honest, at first I was like resistant to the online dating thing, and
Can you tell us what's this online dating
Uh,
thing? Because, you know,
sorry, I forget.
the generation gap.
So I was resistant to online dating at first. All I wanted to meet somebody organically. So I wanted to be set up on a date, something like that. But it reached a point in my, I don't know, because I was the only one in Manila, because my whole family is from here in Cebu, and then I was the only one in Manila. So I didn't like going home to an empty house, when all the lights are still off. I didn't like that. So I said, okay, I'll do online dating. So I made a Bumble account, etc. Yeah, so I was on Bumble for about a year. And it was so hard because even if you match with somebody, like you only talk for 5 minutes and then okay, like I'm not really interested in this person's not interested in me. So it was like that for a long time, just swipe left, swipe right on whoever, and it was very difficult, especially when they find out that I'm a lawyer. They're kind of a bit apprehensive. Oh wow, I'm talking to an attorney. Hi attorney. But that's not the way you want to start off any relationship with anyone, right? You don't want the other person to call you attorney from the beginning because it doesn't feel right. So
So, do you think that being a lawyer was really a big factor when you had this like online dating apps? Do you think it, and when you get to meet the person already, do you think this is such a big factor, being a lawyer?
yes, actually I think so because it immediately once they find out that
Yes.
I'm a lawyer, there's immediately some apprehension on their part. Like they have to be a certain somebody to impress me or whatever, or
To have this kind of conversation.
yeah, like they feel like they have to level up already. When you're dating, you just want somebody to
Talk
be
with.
themselves, right?
Yes.
Like, so my tip out there for all the lawyers who are dating around, don't tell them immediately that you're a lawyer. And also make sure that they have space to show you who they are, because I met my boyfriend on a blind date. Eh. So we met sort of
Oh, that's
organically.
Blind date. Okay, tell us about it.
So my classmate in law school actually set us up. He's not a lawyer, although he knew that I was a lawyer because he knew that I was classmates with the one setting us up in law school. So he knew from the get go. But I made sure during our first date that he will have enough space to, like, if he was a peacock, to show all of his feathers, you know? So I made sure he had space for that. And that was a deliberate choice on my end at the very start of the date palang.
So let's go back to the waiting period when you didn't meet your boyfriend, Maynard, I believe, right? How did you learn to love yourself while waiting for those 5 years?
Actually, maka-insecure jud, waiting for such a long time. You know, you go on one date, there's no next date. So, maka-insecure jud siya over time.
So during those 5 years, what did you do? How did you enrich yourself? Did you keep yourself busy at the time?
Self-love. I did a lot of traveling, and then I really made an effort to learn more about myself. And I did a lot of things that hobbies that I was doing when I was a kid, like painting, sort of, or I just wanted to try a lot of new things, you know. So we went hiking in Mount Fuji with the firm. I elected to join that, even though I could have just gone to Disneyland or something instead. And then I tried surfing, I tried scuba diving. So I think that's also another thing. You have to be an interesting person also, so that somebody will be interested in you. That's another thing, right? So just make sure to fill your time making yourself interesting. Like, ask yourself, if I was somebody else looking at me, would I be interested in that person based on who she is and what she's done, what she's experienced in life? So and just fill your time with all of those things. I think now also ang pottery classes. So I really really want to try that. Even if I'm not single anymore, I want to try pottery.
Yeah. It's just more on self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Self-love first, and then it will come along.
But I really reached a point where I accepted it if I would be single forever.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I did.
It's like, oh, I won't search for anyone else now. I'm already content with myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, it's so funny because like hours before my first date with Maynard, I told my office mate at the time, I hope it finishes early so that I can clean the condo pa after. Because I just arrived from Japan, I did not unpack, I had to do the laundry, etc., etc. So I was really at the point na I did not expect anything from any of my dates anymore. Did not expect like a genuine connection, did not expect to be interested in somebody, did not expect somebody to be interested in me. So I really reached that point. I think what was going through the back of my mind was I'll just pray the rosary and because it was October also. So I prayed the rosary every day because rosary month man ang October, right? So I prayed the rosary every day, and then my intentions were, to just leave it up to God. If I'm single forever, okay. If I'm gonna meet somebody, okay. It wasn't I wasn't hoping at the time, yeah.
But did you have during those waiting years? Did you have a time wherein you minimized yourself or made yourself small just to accommodate who you were dating at that time?
Because it was like just a bunch of first dates. So there was no opportunity for me to really minimize myself because I wasn't getting to know them, whoever they were. It was just like a first date, and then, oh, okay, like I'm not really interested in you. There's no chemistry. So there was no opportunity to minimize. But definitely, I reached also a point somewhere in the middle where I was like, okay, I can compromise on some of the standards. I was, dating guys na honestly, like, why did I even swipe on this person? Like, now looking back, like, this person would have never interested me before going to law school or while I was in law school. This person would not have been interesting to me. And now, definitely, if I was single again, this person's still not interesting to me. But because, I was really looking for somebody, I was willing to compromise on some of these things. So,
But what were your non-negotiables? When you were looking for this, a guy to date, what were your, okay, these are non-negotiables for me?
I think I was just looking for somebody that I can bring home to my mom.
That's true.
Because my mom, grabe. But I was just looking for somebody that I can bring home to mom, that there would be no complaints Before I had so many things like, oh, he should be as ambitious as me, he should want this, want that out of life, we should be aligned on these kinds of values, etc. But like, I reached the point na, okay lang, basta okay na ni kay mommy.
So, do you have any advice for young women, maybe you years ago, listening right now, who feel that same kind of pressure that you felt from society, from family, from your mom, even from themselves, to find that someone?
The usual question in the gathering, oh, Gian, when will you have your boyfriend? Ganun, diba?
Yeah.
The usual Filipino culture that
When are you gonna be married?
there's like, oh, we have to be in this kind of timeline. And there are those, especially young lawyers. So what can you tell them?
So I think if I were to speak to me from maybe 8 years ago,
8 years ago.
yeah. So I would tell myself, don't rush, because when you're choosing a partner, this is your forever. Even if we say, oh, you can just get an annulment if it doesn't work out, right? You can just separate or whatever. This person will be the father of your children.
Yeah.
This person will see you through will be with you through so many milestones of your career. This person will be the one who will ideally stand by you when your parents are getting old. And you don't want to, like, even if you split up in your 50s, you don't want to be splitting up from a person who is so mean or so negative. So this is a forever choice. Even though there are options, you can leave him or whatever, it's still a forever choice, especially if you have kids.
So don't get pressured.
Don't get pressured, choose correctly, and don't compromise. Because honestly, I just waited. And then I found somebody who ticked off all the boxes, even some of the boxes that I didn't know existed. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, there's nothing wrong.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with you.
Yes.
And don't be pressured to make a wrong choice, because mas labad na sa ulo in the long run.
Along. And now you're in a long distance relationship. How many years you've had long distance relationship, and how are you able to manage it? I'm not in a long distance, but Michelle here is also in a long distance relationship. Yes. How but for both of you, how are you able to manage it? It's kind of was it what were your tips to those who are also in an LDR?
Honestly, I didn't find it difficult because I have a partner who is very proactive. Like he's the one who calls, he's the one who makes sure that we're able to talk every day. So he's the one who wakes up early to make sure that we are on a call. So it's really effort. I don't know that for me, I don't find it very hard to be honest, because he makes such an effort to reach out. Because I can understand if you're the one here in the Philippines with a partner abroad and you're the one reaching out, it's very hard if the other side is not reciprocating as hard. Is that your experience?
Yeah, I mean, it takes two to tango, right? So for all the listeners, say, sana all. Attorney Gian.
You also.
Oh, I resonate with that as well. So, it's both effort from both sides because of the different time zones. You have to ensure that you make them feel loved despite the distance. And also, even if you're in a relationship or even if you're still single, self-discovery, self-love, it shouldn't stop. So if you're busy with, things, being productive, love will just find you. And you will also find love for yourself.
That's true. I think there's a tendency among Filipino women to give 110% of themselves into the relationship. Always reserve something for you, I think, no?
Yes.
Always reserve something for you and take time for yourself.
Wow, that was such an insightful conversation. But let's end with a few tips for our sisters in the struggle. Ladies, what's your one piece of advice for women out there navigating love, career, and life?
For me, I think just make an effort to know yourself always. And, if you're in a relationship, keep something for yourself also. Don't get lost in the relationship. Because sometimes, kita mga babae, we're such givers, we give 110. Just keep something for yourself because you cannot give from an empty cup.
Yeah. So it's like before you find the right love, build the right life, fall in love with your own story first, and don't be pressured by other people's timeline. Your own timeline, not theirs.
Right, I agree. And know that you are already loved by your creator, by your family, by your friends, and especially by yourself. Everything else, including romance, it will follow you when you're ready, right? And this is such a beautiful conversation. Thank you again, Attorney Isa Gian. We're so excited for your new journey. I heard you're going to be traveling again, exploring the world.
Yeah, thank you also for having me. I think this is such a relevant topic for young lady lawyers especially. So thank you for having me as well.
And to everyone listening, may you find peace in the wait, joy in the now, and love in the right time.
Right. And don't forget to like, follow, and share this episode if you find it helpful. And if you're in your own waiting season, know that you're not alone. This has been Lawyer Mom Diaries.